So we're going to kick things off now by taking a look at some technique, and we're going to start things by looking at some of Eddie's rhythm guitar techniques. And in this video, we're going to discuss his use of power chords, namely inverted power chords, as well as sus chord embellishment. Now, a very powerful and dynamic technique that Eddie used was where he would move inverted power chords around, played against a static root note, often played with a tight rhythm, utilizing palm muting, removing the palm muting when he played the chords. So you'd get a real sort of dynamic switch between the tight palm mute and then the accented chord. Now, examples of this can be heard on Mean Street, DOA, Bottoms Up, Running with the Devil, Mean Street, the list goes on there. Even Hot for Teacher, that's another great example. But he used this technique a lot to really give his rhythms a sort of powerful and driving feel to them. Now, we're also going to look at how he utilized sus chord embellishment to his power chords. Listen to Panama, listen to the chorus section of Drop Dead Legs, and you can hear how he adds chord extensions to great effect to add variation to his riffs. Now, I've put together a series of stylistically appropriate riffs for you. We're going to take a look at one now. Please bear in mind the level of these riffs. You know, this is kind of intermediate, kind of dipping your toe into this style. You know, Eddie Van Halen was as much an accomplished rhythm guitar player as he was a lead player. In fact, his rhythm playing is incredibly beautifully complex, but just didn't sound complicated. You know, it was always amazing to me how someone could write catchy pop rock riffs that were really unorthodox. You know, listen to the riff of Drop Dead Legs. That riff is so incredibly hard to play, the way that he's sliding and bending the same pitched note. Who does that? You know, listen to the swing rhythm playing on things like Hot for Teacher and I'm the One. No one, and I mean no one, can swing like Eddie Van Halen could. You know, the technical prowess that he employed has just, I don't think it's ever been seen since. And he had a certain feel and musicality to him. You know, Eddie was just such a musical guitar player. So when you're looking at these riffs, you know, I'm cutting corners. I'm as much of a massive Eddie Van Halen fan that I am. I can't play like him. I love exploring his playing. I love everything about him. You know, these are aimed at just, you know, giving you something to aim towards, to experiment with, and then hopefully from learning these riffs, then you can gradually improve your technique and start to move on to the slightly more complex riffs and explore his guitar playing further.